So 3 AI researchers recently did an interesting study. So they created a prompt and then sent it to an AI to create an image. So they had text to image, and then they had image to text by AI. So AI is sort of ping-ponging back and forth. So it creates a text, sends it to an image, takes that image, sends it to a text, image to text to image to text, and back and forth and back and forth. And what happened is interesting, because the results from the AI, it was more and more and more and more generic. All the sort of edges were sort of taken away, and the result was more and more and more mediocre. And that's because if you do these sort of statistical outputs that generative AI does today, it just flattens out everything. You've probably seen like this kind of weird AI glow on certain images that just looks sort of like what you want, but a little bit flat, like a little bit boring. And it does, if it does that over and over again, it gets worse. And this is already happening because AI is already starting to read its own essays and analyzing its own images to create new images and so on. And the same thing is happening in music. So unless we humans now interfere in this process, there's going to be a cultural stagnation. So what do I mean by interfere? Well, you can use AI creatively, but then you have to make it so that the output has some edges to it. Like if you use it just in a generic way, you're just going to get generic results. So you have to find a way to like train the algorithm to be more creative, so to speak, to do things that isn't expected of it. Or you can just skip AI, and just do your own music and try to find, your personal preferences. But all I'm saying is, like, you can use AI, you can skip AI, but you have to try to make something that isn't boring and generic, because that is what the internet is flooded with today. So try to like stick out like a sore thumb, even like that's like just make something that is different, original, that feels like really personal to you, and that doesn't feel too much like anything else.